Welcome back to my channel Chemistry Made Simple for NEET. I am Dr. Lakshmi Subramaniam with a PhD in Chemistry, and in this session we are going to continue with the rest of the important topics of Unit 8 D and F block elements of Class 12 NCERT Chemistry. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Now we are going to compare some of the physical and chemical properties between the D block and S block elements. It is mainly explained in terms of their differences in electronic configurations and atomic radii. That is, the properties, physical and chemical properties vary mainly on basis of electronic configurations and atomic radii. First of all, we look at the density. S block element, the elements are shown, and D block element density, its unit is gram per cc of the S block elements, and the first series of D block elements at 20 degrees Celsius. You can see the values given in the chart. Now the density of D block elements are greater than the density of S block elements. The atoms of the D block elements, the three things you have to remember is that they are smaller in size, they are more closely packed. You have learnt about FCC, HCP structure and all that, and they have high relative masses. So atomic masses are relatively high. So next, density, they show a general increasing trend across the first series of the D block elements, and the general decrease in atomic radius across the series and general increase in atomic mass across the series. So next is ionization enthalpy. So the first ionization enthalpies of the D block elements greater than those of the S block elements in the same period. It should be in the same period of the periodic table, and D block elements are smaller in size, and their effective nuclear charges are greater. You can see that the first ionization energy along the y-axis and atomic number comparing the sharp red one is across the period rises across 1, 2, 3 and slight increase across the transition series which is marked in blue. Going across the first transition series, elements nuclear charge will increase because the additional electrons will be going to the inner 3D subshell, and the screening effect on the addition of 3D electrons is very important, and the 4s electrons will experience an effective nuclear charge, and it increases very slightly across the series. For the second, third, fourth ionization enthalpies, it will be slight and gradual increase across the series. Then the first few successive ionization enthalpies for D block element, they do not show much changes as 4s and 3D energy levels are close to each other, as we had learned before. Then melting point and hardness. D block elements will be greater than S block. Both 4s and 3D electrons, they take part in the formation of metal bonds, and D block elements atoms are smaller, and you can see that in this chart, the melting point. And then now here we can see that from melting point slightly increases from scandium to vanadium due to the increase of unpaired D electrons. You can see D1 to D3 like 1, 2, 3 only, and 4s has meanwhile a pair of electrons. So from scandium to zinc it is shown, the values are given here. Next is iron. We are comparing that of iron, cobalt and nickel. That is melting point from iron to zinc gradual decrease due to the decrease of unpaired D electrons from 4 to 0, it goes down. And then chromium has the highest number of unpaired electron, but still it has lower melting point than vanadium. You can see that the chromium electrons in the half-filled D orbitals, they are less involved in the sea of electrons, like 1 each in 3D orbital and 4s as well. So manganese has very low melting point because its structure is very open and cubic. And finally we have to just have a look at why mercury is a liquid at room condition. What is the reason for that? You might have heard that always it is an exception that mercury is only liquid at the room temperature, because 5d and 6s electrons, they are all paired up, and because of the atomic size is very much greater than that of zinc. So because of these reasons, the metal mercury is a liquid, and hardness of a metal depends on the following factors. Like the first one is the strength of the metallic bonds, and the D block elements metallic bonds, they are stronger than S block elements and more harder than S block elements as well. And how do what happens the reaction with water? Generally, S block elements react vigorously with water to form metal hydroxide, that is OH and hydrogen. D block elements reaction meanwhile is very slow with cold water, and they'll react with steam to give metal oxides and hydrogen. Notice the difference here. S block elements gives metal hydroxides and hydrogen, whereas here D block gives only metal oxide, whereas slowly reacts with cold water and they give metal oxides and hydrogen. You can see the following reactions with water for each element, like K and H2O gives KOH and H2, Na plus H2O, NaOH H2, and calcium water gives calcium hydroxide and hydrogen, whereas zinc, which is a transition level, gives only zinc oxide instead of zinc hydroxide plus hydrogen. Iron also gives only iron oxide plus hydrogen. So with that we come to an end of this section as well, and I'm planning to upload one more session for this chapter before we wind up, and hope you understood the concepts and you're finding my method of approaching with simple explanation and concepts very easy and useful to you, because from my past years I've got more than 18 years of experience, as you already know. All my previous students have given me a great feedback that they are finding it extremely easy if they are following this method, and many of my students who had followed this method, they were able to get very high marks for their board exams of NCERT, as well as even the states students are also finding this method really easy, and they could cope well with a NEET exam, thereby getting very high marks. So that is why I planned a free coaching through YouTube for all of you, instead of going for a paid and expensive coaching, so that you will be finding it easy to study, without spending a huge amount as fees. So with that we come to an end of an awesome session today, and I'll be coming up with a next section soon. And thank you all for watching this video.